What is up, you guys? Back here with the Turbo 3.8 Mustang. In the last couple of videos, you guys see I finally got the AC fully deleted, and I got the big wing installed. I mean, I don't know if you consider it a big wing or not. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys consider this a big wing? I mean, I do, but I don't. For what it is, everyone keeps telling me it's about a big wing for one of these. From a lot of people's questions, I really didn't answer some in my last video about the turbo kits. I want to go over everything in this video, talk to you guys about what you need, what you don't need, stuff I messed up on, and stuff that hopefully will help you guys out. So let me get the hood popped, get some better lights for you guys, and I'll let you know. So here's the engine bay. Basically, the only thing that's not stock on the motor is the runner flaps or fully open, which I'll show you on the stock motor I have sitting behind me. It's all tore parts. So as you guys can see here, the flaps are removed. I drilled out the plug form and just removed the flaps. Come around here and there's nothing on them. So basically what I'm going to do is I probably will silicone it or JB weld it in there. But try not to show you guys what intake's on here for right now. But as you see, like, the last one's pulled through because there's no real fully hole. So I'm probably going to fully remove this the whole way out and fill in the little channels right through here. But that's basically all it's done on the stock motor besides just a rebuilt or a full regasketed motor that's in the car right now. This is out of the stock. This is the stock motor that was out of the car. As you can see right here, we have it all tore apart. See, there's the pistons that were in the stock motor before it was turboed. So let me take you guys back to the car and keep going with the video. So everything that's on the outside of the motor, starting with the turbo, is the GGTT3 from Max Beating Rods. It's a .63 AR turbo. It has a T3 flange on the bottom, 2.5 fender exit. The chip, which is the SCT BA3000, big air. Let's see if I can get the focus for you guys. There you go. The intercooler pipe is 2.5. The only part it's where it's not 2.5 is when the turbo halfway to the intercooler, then flips over to 2.5 right before the intercooler. Besides that, everything else is stock. Stock power steering, stock alternator. The AC has been removed just because I was having overheating issues and clearance issues. You don't have to do that with these at all. Their custom part that we had to make was fuel rails. They're not really custom. All it is, you can see there is a one stock side where the feed comes in, and then we took the other side, cut it off, and put our stock feed line on it. So if you come around the back of it, you can actually see it a little bit. Let me turn the light on to where it has that fitting coming off of it for the return line, goes over to the regulator, and so on and so forth back to the tank. It's not that hard. I'll try to make a video about the fuel rail a little bit later on. Besides that, I'm going to start showing you how everything's plumbed for the hot side. So, from what you can see, it is stock headers. They're just turned around. Comes down to an adapter, up, back, and around, and then to the flange on that side. And then on this side, it's the same way. The stock headers ran down to the flange, back up and around to the turbo. Another question I have is the oil feed line and return line. The oil feed line comes off where the oil pressure sensor would be. I don't know if I can get actual, probably not. It's where the oil pressure sensor would be. Just take the sensor out, the oil feed line attaches right there, comes up to the turbo. The oil return line goes from the turbo back up to the oil pan, which all we did was drill it out. Which we see, I got a better shot for you guys. So right there is the oil return line. You gotta make sure it's on the front left or front right, that little flat piece, because if not, you can't do it on there because the motor mounts. And as you can see, with that, I did have to cut the motor mount out a little bit. The welds look like crap. Besides that, that's basically how everything's plumbed. If there's any more questions about the turbo kit that you need to know, add me on Instagram, Facebook, or comment below. Slowstang02. But the fuel system that we have on the car is AN6 braided line up to an Evo Energy fuel filter, up back into fuel rail to DW 60-pound injectors, out the other side to return line. Comes to just an eBay special regulator that we need to fix, make a bracket for. The fuel pumps are stock 03 to 04 dual coil pump setup. It's not that hard to install. Just drop it in, cut some wires, solder it, and I'll take it back there and show you how that's set up back there. So here's the fuel relay. All it is just the power wire coming off the battery, which is back here, going to the board, going to a fuse, going to the relay, and then this is your main power going to the fuel pump. I have it right here so I can swap it if I do ever need to use the Kelly booster pump. All I gotta do is unplug this wire right here into there, and then from there to there. Not that big a deal. Blue wire goes to the stock relay, to when you turn the key, it gives you the ignition, hits that relay, pumps turn on, so forth and so forth. Basically, that's basics of it. I would like to go in a little bit more detail eventually, but for right now, that's almost anything you need. You don't need a dual Cobra setup or dual Cobra fuel pump setup at all. You probably get away with a GT, maybe it's V6 if you do a return line. I don't know. I had problems with my fuel system setup, but it was mostly just because I clogged somewhere and we did everything besides just change the fuel lines out at the first time, which we should have did. But I gotta do an oil change on this my next day off and swap everything back together. I think all it needs is a couple of vacuum pumps hooked back up, the oil drained, primed, make sure it starts, everything runs right again. And then for the inside, as you guys seen before, NRG seats. I can't remember where I got the harness bar from. And the quick detach steering wheel, which I love for the car. I don't know, it just adds a factor of the whole drift setup for it. But let me know what you guys need to know. I'm happy to give you all the information I know. I want to say this once, I don't know everything about these cars. I don't know everything about the motors, but I'm learning, and I'm telling you guys what I learned. But thanks for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video.